I was utterly stunned when my cheating wife walked in holding hands with my best friend. She looked me straight in the eye and said, "Darling, you're the perfect husband and he's the perfect lover. Together, we're complete. Let's live as one happy family." I stared at them both, my heart pounding. Then I snapped with cold finality, "You're nothing but garbage to me now." That moment marked the beginning of my ruthless revenge. Imagine the shock. Your wife casually inviting you to become the third wheel in her twisted love triangle with your best friend. That's exactly how I found out the two people I trusted most were betraying me behind my back. And instead of shame or remorse, they expected me to smile, to bless their sick little arrangement. They thought I'd just nod along like some obedient fool, accepting betrayal with a wagging tail. But they were dead wrong. Good men don't stay good forever, not when their loyalty is spat on like trash. As they sat across from me, pitching their grotesque vision of family, I didn't scream or beg. I didn't crumble in tears. I said it once and I meant it. "You're nothing but garbage to me now." From that moment on, I stopped being their safety net. I became their reckoning. That night, after they left, I didn't turn on the TV or play music to drown out the chaos in my mind. Just the slow hum of the ceiling fan filled the silence, slicing through what had once been my peace. I replayed every laugh Ethan and I ever shared, every kiss Claire gave me like I was the only man in the world. And now, they expected me to applaud as they rewrote my life into a sick joke. But rage wasn't my weapon, it was patience and strategy. I knew that if I exploded in anger, I'd only look weak, bitter, jealous. No, I had to stay quiet, wait for the right moment to let the fuse burn beneath their feet. Step 1. Gather proof. By morning, I had a plan. I hacked into every text, synced to our shared phone plan. I set up screen recording on Claire's laptop, capturing her every move while she worked remotely. I photographed Ethan's car parked outside during his lunch breaks. I built a folder, labeled simply Claire and Ethan Evidence, filled with time-stamped receipts of betrayal. Not just for me, but for every mutual friend they'd soon fool with their lies. Weeks passed. They thought I was softening. Claire even kissed me on the cheek one morning, praising how well I was handling the situation. Ethan sent me a text. "You're a bigger man than I'll ever be, bro, respect." I didn't reply. I wasn't just handling, I was tightening the noose. What they didn't know was I'd already spoken to a lawyer, quietly moved my savings to a personal account, and scheduled a meeting with Claire's boss, a woman I knew wouldn't tolerate the misuse of company resources to cover up infidelity. When the trap sprung, revenge wasn't just cold, it was exquisite. Claire's employer, a high-end real estate firm with strict ethics policies, got the evidence I accidentally CC'd them on, emails with screenshots showing Claire booking hotel rooms on company time, double calendar invites for supposed work meetings, one labeled Zoom W Italy, the other Ethan Spa Day. Photos of Ethan using her company laptop shirtless at our dining table sealed the deal. The response was immediate. Claire's contract was suspended, pending investigation. She came home shaking, not from guilt, but rage. Why would they do this? "It's personal stuff," she shouted. I looked up calmly from my book. Maybe they thought your lover wasn't a business asset. Ethan's downfall was just as brutal. His stable bank job wasn't as stable as he claimed. I submitted an anonymous complaint to HR, attaching a video of him bad-mouthing clients while drinking beer in my backyard during work hours. No warning, no severance. When he left a voicemail shouting, "Who the hell reported me?" I didn't answer. I just watched as he spiraled into ruin from the sidelines. The final blow came from our circle of friends. I hosted a cookout with our old college crew, all men. Most believed Claire and I were working things out, so I showed them the truth before she could spin her lies. Text logs, her absurd proposal for a three-way marriage, Ethan's smug texts, no exaggeration needed. The truth alone was damning. By Monday, Ethan's phone was silent. Claire texted me at 1:04 a.m., "What are you doing to us?" I didn't reply. I wasn't doing anything. I was just holding up a mirror. By the time Claire understood what was happening, she was bleeding from 100 paper cuts. Her job suspended, social circle dismantled, Perfect lover unemployed and blaming her for it all. Then came the divorce papers, left neatly on the kitchen counter in a crisp manila envelope. Inside was a notarized petition citing irreconcilable differences, a full breakdown of assets, legally separated thanks to months of quiet preparation, and a non-disparagement clause so strict it would cost him more than 5 years' income if broken. She didn't scream or cry. She stood in the doorway, wearing that same fake composure she used with clients. "You planned this," she accused. I met her gaze steadily. "You made the first move. I just made the last one." She begged to talk, to keep it private, to start over. Too late. You don't burn a house down and ask to redecorate the ashes. Ethan tried to reach me once. We messed up, man. Didn't think it'd go this far. I paused and hung up. No leash anymore. By the end of the week, I moved out of the city, bought a small house upstate near a lake, and started a consulting business. Something I'd always dreamed of but put off. I woke up to birds instead of lies, to stillness instead of suspicion. And in that stillness, I found something better than revenge. Peace. People think revenge ends when the curtain falls. But the real ending is what lingers afterward. The silence that no longer suffocates. The scar you trace in your mind when someone says, "You seem different now." It's been 9 months. I wake before the alarm, eat slower, read more. Sometimes I think of Claire, not with bitterness, but with a dull recognition you give a scar on your skin. You don't flinch anymore. You just remember who cut you. Ethan vanished from every group chat, blocked by most friends. I heard he moved back with his brother, started drinking again. I didn't care. That's not indifference. That's victory. Claire once called me safe, too calm, too boring. But calm isn't weakness. Safe men don't explode. We end things politely, legally, thoroughly. That's the difference between a good man and a naive one. A naive man trusts blindly. A good man keeps receipts. If you're reading this after being betrayed by the people you trusted most, listen closely. Don't burn the house down. Build a better one. Somewhere they'll never be invited. Revenge isn't about hurting them. It's about making sure the version of you they destroyed comes back stronger, colder, untouchable. Have you ever been betrayed by those you trusted most? Let your silence speak. Let them drown in your calm. If you've ever risen from the ashes stronger, like this story, if you've seen betrayal turn into fuel, comment below. Subscribe to Lauren's story, where revenge isn't loud, it's lethal. Because here, we don't just tell stories. We bury lies and resurrect truth.